Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Before I Go podcast. Do you remember the movie The Wiz? For me, the most impactful scene in that movie was when Dorothy sang If You Believe to the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion, and then Glinda the Good Witch turned around and sang it to Dorothy. Every single time I hear that song, it brings me to tears. I am a firm believer in the idea of belief. In other words, I honestly feel that you can do anything as long as you recognize that the first step is to simply believe. Any action that you take starts with a thought. The way you think about a thing is going to determine your actions toward that thing. In my meditation room, I have a sign that says, "She believed she could, so she did." Beneath that sign hangs every medal I earned from each race that I've run through the years, whether it was a 5K, 8K, 10K, or a half marathon. It's a reminder that I believed I could do something and I did it. Also in that room is every trophy that I won during my figure competition days, and there are 8 trophies in total. Again, a testament to what simple belief can accomplish. Finally, I have photographs of me with my children. One more simple reminder of what I accomplished because I believed. Belief on its face is a simple thing. I believe the sky is blue. I believe my car will start when I turn the key. I believe my direct deposit will hit at the end of the month. I've noticed, though, that many people have a harder time with belief when it comes to how they feel about themselves. I've noticed that people are more likely to believe what other people say about them than what they actually know to be true about themselves. Back to Dorothy, she believed in her friends' ability to get what they wanted, and she was able to encourage them before she believed in her own ability to go home. While working as a personal trainer, I worked with a lot of women who lacked confidence and did not believe that they could achieve certain things, not just in the gym, but in different aspects of their lives. A powerful lesson that I take with me from that time is that we, as women, are so much stronger than we believe. There is absolutely nothing you cannot do as long as you believe you can and be willing to do the work that is required. 20 years ago, I had the idea that I wanted to purchase a home for me and my children. I was newly divorced, and my annual salary was less than $45,000. I didn't think I could buy a house. I didn't even know what I needed to do to buy a house. I was talking to a friend of mine one day, and I asked her if she thought I could buy a house on my own. She was like, "Of course you can." That was all the encouragement that I needed. I did my research, I found an agent, and bought a house. Once I realized that someone else believed in me, I started to believe in myself. I aligned myself with people who knew more than me, and I went through the process. And this has been a recurring theme over the years. It starts with a thought. The thought turns into belief. Then belief turns into action, and action turns into success. No, it has not always been easy, but anything worth having doesn't generally come easily. You have to know yourself, though. Sometimes we have false beliefs, and we work really hard to convince ourselves that we can do things or have things that just aren't for us. What happens then? I've been there, and I've told this story before, but it bears repeating. In 2015, I believed that I could make it as a self-employed personal trainer. I worked really hard for 2 years trying to make it work, and I was miserable almost the entire time. I enjoyed working with women and helping them to get stronger, but I hated the business and marketing aspect of it. Where did I go wrong? Did I not believe strongly enough? No. I believed in something that did not truly align with who I am as a person, and the results were that I was working at something that did not make me happy. As a person, one of my top priorities is my financial security. I need to know that my checks are coming in every 2 weeks like clockwork because I am not trying to be broke. What you're not going to do is mess with my money. Guaranteed checks every 2 weeks is not realistic for a self-employed personal trainer who is just starting out. My belief did not align with who I am. Does that make sense? Another example would be my marriages. I believed that I could be a wife and make a marriage work, even though I had told my mother when I was 19 years old that I could see myself being a mother, but not a wife. So, getting married did not align with who I truly was, and subsequently, the marriages failed. Dr. Chiki Davis, PhD of the Berkeley Wellbeing Institute, wrote a terrific article for Psychology Today. And in that article, she states that believing in yourself starts with trusting yourself. We've all heard about people who have trust issues, and we generally associate that with people having issues with trusting others. But Dr. Davis points out that many of us do indeed have self-trust issues. The example she uses is that maybe we've told ourselves 1,000 times that we're going to start exercising, but we never do it. So how likely is it that we trust ourselves to start a new exercise program? Not very likely. Dr. Davis shares the following tips to start building trust within yourself. Do what you say you're going to do, not what you think you can do. If you're not sure that you can do something, then don't commit to it. Learn how to say no. Be a person who sticks to their word. Be honest with yourself. Really do some self-reflection to get to the truth of what you really think, feel, and need in your life. This is something I did not do when I decided to quit my job in 2015. Lesson learned. Do what you believe is right. Again, make sure your beliefs align with who you truly are. And be clear. Clear about who you are and what you want. Know the things you are know the things you are willing to do and the things you're not willing to do. That way you can trust yourself to make good decisions and communicate them effectively. Now, there is another side to the belief coin that I want to touch on briefly. Belief can lead to action, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen immediately. I saw a meme that said she believed she could, but she was tired, so she got some rest. This was a powerful message that simply says, just because you can do something, it doesn't mean that you have to do it right now, or ever. For many of us, there is this pressure that we have to do this or that, otherwise we're falling behind or not as good. The truth is, we aren't going to accomplish anything or be any good for anyone if we don't take the time to get some rest. Taking proper care of yourself should be priority number one. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, and acknowledge your strengths. Maybe believing in yourself isn't always the easiest thing for you. If that's your story, try to surround yourself with people who believe in you. Take some time to learn how to trust yourself and your decisions, and the belief shouldn't be too far behind. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. But before I go, let me share this with you from Luke chapter 1, verse 45. Blessed is she who believed, for there will be fulfillment of those things which were told her from the Lord. I'll see you next time.